Hari Om. Start with the prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhidamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So we're discussing the Viveka aspect, where we have to discriminate what is real and what is unreal. And we have introduced now, according to the Advaita, there are only three categories. One is real, another unreal, and the third is Mithya. Mithya is that which is continuously changing but experienceable. But in every Mithya, there has to be Satyam also. That's why, because Brahman being infinite, there is nothing that can exist without having Brahman. Therefore, it includes everything. So Brahman has to be pervading all objects also. So every object consists of the object plus Brahman. Now we'll look at a little bit more carefully. Yeah, this is how the Viveka or the discrimination has to be used. So the scripture provides this in a clear way. It says, just as in say ring and a gold, so we say now there is a gold and there is a ring. As we give an example, the ring and the gold are two obviously objects, because ring is not equal to gold. Dictionary doesn't say ring is equal to gold. So, but this is one object, and you say it is a ring and I say it is a gold. So one and the same object having the same nouns, means the same names and same substratum. And how can that be? So therefore, you have to understand clearly, the ring, the order of reality of the ring is different from the order of reality of the gold. One is more Nityam compared to other. So that which is Nityam, that which is remaining the same, during, at least in this example, in the temporal example where the ring can become a bangle and a bangle become a necklace, but gold still remains the same. So it is Trikala Abhaditam. It does not undergo any change, but at the same time there is a ring, there is a bangle, and there is a necklace. So therefore, this world, which is meant for transactions, called the transactional world, or a Vyavaharika Satyam, the technical meaning word is Vyavaharika Satyam, is different from the absolute reality Brahman, which is Satyasya Satyam, which is eternally truth all the time. It cannot undergo any change, but this world, a transactional world, continuously changing. Now, I'll give you a simple example that some of you are familiar with. As a chemistry student, we learned first thing is there is a reaction, say A plus B equal to C plus D. So this is a chemical reaction. Now, any chemical reaction, the student asks to balance the equation. So what does balancing equation really means? It only means that the amount of matter on this side has to be same as the amount of matter on the other side. Matter has to be balanced, because matter does not undergo any change in these changing things. So there is a changeless entity in the changing things, and that's we call it a conservation of matter. So all reactions involved, there is something that is conserved in the process, and that is the very essential material that is conserved. So number of atoms here or number of atoms there has to match. Otherwise you have an imbalance of matter, and therefore the equation is not valid. So all changes are occurring, yet there has to be the material that does not undergo change. At least that's what we learned from chemistry. Similarly, we have conservation of energy, where one form of energy can transform into another form of energy, but the total energy has to remain the same across the transformation. And therefore, that which is the very material or essence cannot undergo any change. This we learn from our own examples. Now, implication of this is, if there is a material that which is made up of, that cannot undergo even though object form keeps changing. So if it is same wood, I can make something else, and I can make some other things, just as if it is same gold, I can make ornaments of ring, or I can destroy the ring and make into necklace or a bracelet and so on. Without gold undergoing any modification, gold remains as gold. So one important conclusion we arrive at from this examples is the material cause for the object remains the same in all these products or variations or the effects that are undergoing. So material cause and the effects, which are ring and a bangle and a necklace, are effects. In the effects can be changing, the material cause cannot change. Apply the same principle to the highest also. If Brahman is the cause for the creation, because there cannot be any other cause, if there is some other cause for creation, then Brahman is not no more Brahman, because there is something other than Brahman. So Brahman alone can be cause for creation, and he has to be the material cause for creation also, because I'm using he, but whatever that Brahman is has to be a material cause, because I cannot go and get another material somewhere else. So Brahman itself is the material cause for the whole creation. So the essence of the whole creation is, the material is nothing but Brahman only. It's called Upadana Karanam. Upadana means material cause. So we'll analyze later. For any effect, there has to be two causes. One is the intelligent cause and the material cause. So intelligent cause is, I should have the know-how of how creation. So in the case of ring and a bangle and a necklace and so on, a goldsmith is there. He is the intelligent cause, and material is gold. So material cause is different from the intelligent cause in all our creations that we know. Right? Because the material cause is a gold, and intelligent cause is the goldsmith. Goldsmith doesn't become ring. Goldsmith only creates the ring. He has the intelligence of how to create it. He has a know-how of how to create a ring, and he has an instrument that he will use in order to create, but he has a material, and he has to go and get a material for him to create. Suppose Brahman wants to create the whole universe. He cannot go outside to get material. So material has to come from himself only. So material itself is also from him. And also the intelligent cause also has to be him only, because there cannot be another cause. Then we will ask, Brahman gets limited by other cause. So because gold is different from goldsmith. Whereas in this peculiar creation, the material cause, Upadana Karanam, the intelligent cause, the Nimitta Karanam, we are using Sanskrit words so that we are become familiar with it. So Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. There is no difference between the intelligent cause and the material cause. Now, for this alone, scripture becomes a pramana, a means of knowledge for me. And scripture itself says, Yada saumya ekena lohamanina sarvam lohamayam vijñāta vacharambanam vikaro namadheyam lohavityeva satyam. This gives us three examples. One from the point of loham or gold, one from the point of the mud becoming various parts, and one from the point of iron becoming tools. And in all those cases, the scripture uses a material cause for the creation. It doesn't talk about the intelligent cause there. And what says Yatha Saumya, my dear son, Uddalaka is teaching his son Swetaketu, says, my dear son, the teacher is telling the student, says, my dear boy, that one which is loham, one metal, is appearing as many as varieties of ornaments. And this is a very peculiar transformation. And that's how the creation also has to be understood. That's where Viveka is required to discriminate. What is this transformation? Those who are familiar with the chemistry, we know there are different types of transformations. One is a reversible transformation. There's an irreversible transformation. Reversible transformation is transformation that keeps changing back and forth, like ice becoming water, water becoming a steel. These are reversible transformations. It can go back become ice or go back become into steel. Or steel can be condensed back into water and water can be frozen into ice. These are reversible. There are irreversible transformations such as milk becoming into curds or yogurt, where I cannot go back from the curds to back into the milk. So they are called irreversible transformations. So what kind of transformation involves this creation where the Brahman is becoming into this whole world? And scripture comes up beautiful examples here. Says Yadha Soumya Ekena Lohamanina Sarvam Lohamayam Vijnata, just as gold becoming into ornaments. It is what is called transformationless transformation. It is transformation, at the same time no transformation. Why? Because if you ask gold, sir, when did you become a ring? When did you become a bangle? It may laugh at me because I never became a ring or a bangle. I am gold only. I was gold, I am gold, I shall be gold. You unnecessarily call in this form of myself as a ring, in that form of myself as a bangle, in that form, other form you call a necklace. That is your confusion, not my confusion. I am gold in that form, in this form, in that form also. It's a very interesting now. That's why it's called transformationless transformation. Now apply this. It is scriptural statement that says it is in the same way Brahman became many. How? It is transformationless transformation. Brahman remaining as Brahman, still appearing as many. When I'm paying attention to only the ring and the bangle and the necklace and the bracelet, I'm only paying attention to the external, the qualities, the ID, I mean the internal diameter, the OD, the outside diameter, the ellipticity, or all those things I'm paying attention. This is a ring and this is different from a bangle which has a bigger diameter. I am paying attention these attributes of the object. I am using a specific word now. These attributes or the qualities of the object do not belong to the gold. Gold has no ID, OD. Gold is I am gold, period. But yet appearing as a ring and a bangle and a necklace. So you apply this. What is a Viveka is required? Looking at the bangle, looking at the ring, looking at the bracelet, recognizing their differences. Because ring is different from a bangle is different from a necklace. Their utilities are different. Their date of birth is different. Their date of death also may be different. So utility, transactability, and any other operation, that all attributes of individuals that are differentiate one object from the other object have nothing to do with Brahman. Yet Brahman became many. That means it is the essential material cause that does not undergo any change in these transformations. It's a transformationless transformation. So therefore, the whole world scripture says, Vacha Rambanam Vikaraha. It's only Namke Vaste transformation. It's only gold only. You are unnecessarily calling as a ring, unnecessarily calling as a bangle. Just maybe a little diversion, but an interesting diversion. Sir, why did you become this kind of ring? Not the other kind. So when I go to a shop, I'll ask the gold merchant, sir, why are you making all this kind of gold rings? Sir, what kind of ring you want? I want different type of I may give a design. Says nobody will buy that kind of ring. You wanted it. If you want, I will make it for you. So what does he is telling us? Other rings that are making, because there is a market for it. That means there is a demand of people who want that kind of ring, therefore we are supplying it. Therefore, if at all there is a creation of different, say, why this kind of creation, why that kind of creation, he could have given different kind of creation. If Lord consulted me, I would have given better advice for him to create. All these questions implies is, Lord says there's a demand for this kind of creation. If there is a demand for other kind, I will create that also. But there is no demand, nobody will buy it. So therefore, whatever the creation that you are transacting with, that's what people wanted. So, don't complain anymore from what it is. Don't complain your husband, don't complain about your wife, because that's what exactly is needed because that's your blueprint that you ask for your own evolution. So whole creation is on the demand basis, and that's what we call vasanas, which we went through as a sanchita karma and the prarabdha karma and the agami karma analysis, where there's a demand because of the vasanas. We want that kind of world for us to experience, to exhaust our vasanas. Therefore, that kind of world is also only created. So you understood now whole process here, and in order for me to use this viveka or discriminative intellect, where looking at the ring I have to see the gold, where looking at the bangle also I should see the gold, the oneness of the gold that pervading all the ornaments, while still transacting and making differences. This is a ring where ring has to be used, and that is a bangle where bangle need to be used, and that is a necklace where necklace has to be used. There cannot be any confusion. A simple scientific example is, so we all know now fundamentally there is nothing but electrons, protons and neutrons. Those are fundamental. But yet, say the iron is different from gold. They are electrons, protons, neutrons, fundamentally same. It's only the packaging is different. How the electrons, protons are packed into atoms, and the atoms packed into crystals, and so on. That only difference. So it's only the package essence that which it is came from, by which it sustained, it will go back. That remains the same. So even though I am a scientist, and even though I know that everything is nothing but electrons, protons and neutrons, I don't not going to eat garbage and throw the delicious food.